Dear friends, welcome to my enchanting YouTube channel. Join me in this video as we delve into Today Hey There, Ancient Egypt. Land of mighty pharaohs, towering pyramids, and mysterious mummies. For centuries, the wonders of this ancient civilization have captivated people from all over. Imagine walking through the desert sands, the blazing sun above you. Then you stumble upon a hidden chamber, untouched for thousands of years. Before you lie the treasures of a forgotten king, glittering with gold and precious jewels. This is the magic of ancient Egypt, a place of secrets waiting to be uncovered. The ancient Egyptians believed in an afterlife. They mummified their dead and buried them with everything they would need in the afterlife. Their tombs were filled with treasures, weapons, furniture, and even food. These tombs remained tightly sealed, hidden from the world. For centuries, these tombs remained hidden, buried under the sand, lost to time. But some people, like the famous archaeologist Howard Carter, dedicated their lives to uncovering the secrets of these ancient tombs. Tutankhamun, the boy king, ruled Egypt for a very short time. He became pharaoh at the age of 9 and died just 10 years later. We don't know much about his life, but his tomb tells us a lot about how the ancient Egyptians lived and what they believed. Tutankhamun's father, Akhenaten, was a controversial pharaoh who tried to change the religion of the Egyptians. He wanted the people to worship only one god, the sun god Aten. When Tutankhamun became pharaoh, he undid his father's changes and brought back the old gods. He ruled during a time of great change and upheaval in Egypt. His reign was short, but his legacy lived on, hidden in his tomb for thousands of years. The story of Tutankhamun reminds us that the most powerful rulers are mortal and that death can come at any age. In the early 20th century, an English archaeologist named Howard Carter became obsessed with finding Tutankhamun's tomb. For years, he searched the Valley of the Kings, a deserted place where many pharaohs were buried. Year after year, Carter searched, but the tomb remained hidden. Many people thought he should give up, that the tomb was lost forever. But Carter refused to lose hope. He believed that Tutankhamun's tomb was still there, waiting to be discovered. Finally, in 1922, Carter made an astonishing discovery. He found a set of steps carved into the rock, leading down into the ground. Could this be it? Could this be the entrance to Tutankhamun's tomb? With trembling hands, Carter and his team carefully removed the rubble blocking the entrance. They descended the steps, their hearts pounding with anticipation. When they reached the bottom, they found themselves face to face with a sealed doorway. On the door, they could see the name Tutankhamun written in ancient hieroglyphics. They had found it. The tomb had been hidden for more than 3,000 years. They carefully broke the seal and entered. The air was heavy with dust and the smell of ancient oils. As their eyes adjusted to the dim light, they realized they were standing in a treasure chamber beyond their wildest dreams. Gold glittered everywhere they looked. The tomb was filled with furniture, statues, weapons, and countless other items. Station 5, Treasures of the Golden Age. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb was a monumental event. It was one of the most important archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. Inside the tomb, Carter and his team found over 5,000 artifacts, all perfectly preserved. There were chests filled with gold and jewelry, chariots for racing across the desert, and even a golden throne. The young king was buried with everything he would need in the afterlife. These treasures tell us a lot about the wealth and power of ancient Egypt. They also give us a glimpse into the daily life of a pharaoh. Imagine eating off of golden plates, sleeping in a golden bed, and wearing golden sandals. The treasures of Tutankhamun's tomb are now displayed in museums around the world, where they continue to amaze and inspire visitors. Stop 6, the Golden Mask of the Pharaoh. The golden funerary mask of Tutankhamun is perhaps the most famous object found in his tomb. This mask is a masterpiece of ancient Egyptian art. Made of solid gold, it is inlaid with precious stones such as lapis lazuli and carnelian. The mask shows the face of the young pharaoh with his serene expression and almond-shaped eyes. It is a powerful and moving image, reminding us of the grandeur of ancient Egypt. The golden mask is more than just a beautiful object. It tells us a lot about the ancient Egyptians' beliefs about the afterlife. They believed that the soul needed to recognize the body in order to return to it after death. The mask was intended to ensure that Tutankhamun's soul would recognize his body and be able to live on in the afterlife. Station 6, the Golden Mask of the Pharaoh. The golden funerary mask of Tutankhamun is perhaps the most famous object found in his tomb. This mask is a masterpiece of ancient Egyptian art. Made of solid gold and inlaid with precious stones such as lapis lazuli and carnelian. The mask shows the face of the young pharaoh with his serene expression and almond-shaped eyes. It is a powerful and moving image, reminding us of the grandeur of ancient Egypt. The golden mask is more than just a beautiful object. It tells us a lot about the ancient Egyptians' beliefs about the afterlife. They believed that the soul needed to recognize the body in order to return to it after death. The mask was intended to ensure that Tutankhamun's soul would recognize his body and be able to live on in the afterlife. Station 8, a glimpse into ancient life. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb was not just about gold and jewels. It was about understanding a lost world. It showed us the incredible skill of the artists and craftsmen of ancient Egypt. They created objects of great beauty and intricacy, from delicate jewelry to colossal statues. The tomb revealed the importance of religion in ancient Egyptian society. The Egyptians believed in a complex system of gods and goddesses, and they filled Tutankhamun's tomb with offerings to aid him on his journey to the afterlife. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb was a reminder that even the most advanced civilizations are not immune to the passing of time. The ancient Egyptians built magnificent monuments and created a rich culture, but their world eventually faded. Station 9, the legacy of Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun's name is now known around the world. He is perhaps the most famous pharaoh of all time. His tomb sparked renewed interest in ancient Egypt and inspired generations of archaeologists and historians. The story of the boy king continues to fascinate us. We are drawn to the mystery of his short life and the wonder of his scrolls. His legacy lives on in popular culture, inspiring books, movies, and even video games. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb was a landmark event that changed the way we look at the past. It reminded us of the power of human curiosity and the enduring fascination of discovery. Station 10, the eternal fascination of ancient Egypt. Even today, the sands of Egypt continue to reveal new secrets. Archaeologists continue to make exciting discoveries, uncovering tombs and temples that have remained hidden for thousands of years. The story of Tutankhamun is just a small part of the vast and complex history of ancient Egypt. But it is a story that continues to capture our imaginations and inspire us to learn more about this fascinating civilization. So, the next time you see a picture of a pyramid or a mummy, think of Tutankhamun, the boy king who ruled Egypt for 1,000 days and whose tomb continues to amaze the world more than 3,000 years later. The mysteries of ancient Egypt are still waiting to be uncovered, and who knows what treasures might be found next. Bring you joy and serve you well. Gratitude for the time you have given. We hope you support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel.